Good morning, everyone, to our in-person participants and to our online participants. So today we will talk about the content generation and pedagogical guide using generative AI. So basically, this is the second series for the generative AI. So in this point, I would like to share my screen about the first series of the generative AI. So this is located uh, in your training room for faculty. So allow me to share screen with this first generative AI upscaling session. So I hope you can see now the virtual classroom for faculty. So basically, all of the upscaling session has been displayed in your virtual classroom. So here you can see the section is upscaling recorded videos. So here, this is the upscaling sessions for all the topics like generative artificial intelligence. So I will make it bigger so that you can see. So here we have generative artificial intelligence. Then we have my soul upgrades. And then we have responsible use of technology. All of the recordings are there. So basically this session, upskilling session, is the part 2 for generative AI. So here you can see here in the generative artificial intelligence book that you have the first upscaling session, and then the speaker is Dr. Dave Marshall. So all of the concept of generative AI integration framework in teaching, learning, and operations are there. And basically our focus for this uh, morning or upscaling session 2 of generative AI will tackle the content generation and pedagogical guide using generative AI. So we are your resource speaker for today's upscaling session. So I hope you have your faculty training room as your guide for what upscaling session you want to join in. So after the session, we have 1 or 2 weeks to be uploaded your recorded upscaling session here in this section. So here you can also see we have the download certificates. So this will enable after the session. So in order for you to have your certificate of attendance, all you need to do is basically fill out this evaluation form about the upskilling session, and then you will receive your certificate of attendance. So at this point, I will give the floor now to the first resource speaker of the content generation and pedagogical guide using generative AI. I will turn the floor to Assistant Professor Alfie Arsalo to discuss this particular upscaling session 2 or the overview. Ma'am Alfie?
Thank you, Sir Fred. Okay, so while I am sharing my slides, good morning to Doc Lily, Sir Polistico, and of course, Sir Larry. Ma'am Lily is here with us in person, assisted by our GST staff. Okay, so just an overview of what we will we will be having today. Okay, so um, this again, as mentioned by Sir Fred, this is the second of the generative AI in education or for education series, and we will have this outline. So I will just really have a brief or maybe an overview of what the framework is all about, or at least what we will be focusing for this morning, and we will have two elements of the two elements of the other elements around the framework. So we will focus on content and pedagogy, on how this has helped us, especially in these. No, so more or less, these are practices. There are some that we have been practicing, and then there are some that we are still exploring, and then there are still some that we haven't really explored yet, or because they are maybe paid, they have to be subscribed to, or there are paid subscriptions. So we will just present them to you as tools. No, so this is how we would go: description and then tools. So we expect that you would be with us when we do examples and demonstrations, meaning you will also do some hands-on, so that you would have a feel of the type or the application that will help you with content and, of course, pedagogy. Okay, so in here, no, so as I've mentioned earlier, in the previous AI webinar for education, it was emphasized that Silliman University has already embraced digital, say, transformation, because it becomes a leading to it's leading to a multitude of innovations in actually teaching and learning. And the immediate no the immediate elements found in the circle that we would address is how to make, or how to be facilitated by AI in making content as well as pedagogy. No, so in here, AI can be actually a tool. No, so it will be a tool for us when it comes to content generation, and then enhancing pedagogical relevance. Let me just point out that when we say content generation, there are some applications um, that would really be very easy to navigate in such a way that it will really give us content right away. But but most of them, no, even if it's AI, it's really more of the AI experience for our learners. So we still have to set things, no, so there are still things to do, there are still procedures to do in order for us to be able to generate content. Or maybe for when we say for pedagogical relevance, there we are only suggested of some um methods that we could integrate AI into them. No, so it's not necessarily just a click, just a mouse click, and everything is already done for us. No, it's not really like that. But of course, this will be helpful to us, especially if we are new to we are given a new course to teach, or especially if we have, though the participants we have now are seasoned um, professors already, but for especially for the new teachers, no, it will actually help us. It will actually help them, especially create their content. No, so but for us here, this is still something that is relevant, because making content, especially mga slides and all that, it would really take us time. But if we would be able to practice this well, or use them well, then we will be able to save time in doing this. And of course, also, especially if we um make use of the graphics that they have, no, so it won't be it won't we won't be subject to all those data privacy and security issues when we make use of um content, or say graphics with Creative Commons mark. And then also with this one, if we look at generative AI, how would we describe generative AI when it comes to content and pedagogy? So it's actually our collaborator, and a visionary collaborator at that, because there is more of suggestion and recommendation in the part of AI for us to do. So it's not necessarily nga they do it for us all the time. It's more of It's more of suggestion and recommendation from AI. And it has the in the classroom, it is a versatile tool serving as a content generator, enhancing pedagogical relevance. It's other than that, it also facilitates research endeavors, but that would be another series, or that would be another time, no? And then if we have also like streamlining assessment styles, or we have assessments or rubrics, stuff like that, we will try to tackle that one in another session. Okay, so again, it we will just look into content and pedagogy. For the content, Sir Fredley will be the one to handle with a description, will be the one to offer you the tools, and of course, he will also be the one to um, assist you or guide you in the hands-on for the content generation. And I will do the rest for pedagogical guide. Okay, so Sir Fred, let's start the ball rolling for the morning.
Okay, thank you, Mama Alfie. So I will now take over for the content generation. So first, allow me to screen my screen, the screen. So I hope you are able to see now the screen. Okay, so here I will talking about the content generation. So first thing to note, it's important to note while generative AI can be a powerful tool for content creation, it may still, okay, require human oversight to ensure the quality, the accuracy, and ethical standards of the generated content. So additionally, it's crucial to understand the legal and ethical implications of using AI generated content. So specifically, if it involves copyrighted materials or sensitive topics. So here are some serve as a content source for generative AI. So here we can see here from the first slide. So we have the general content is in the form of a text generation. So some of the generative AI can produce written content, so such as articles, blog posts, stories, poems, and many more. So it can be programmed to emulate different writing styles, tones, and genre. Next is we have the image generation. So some of the generative AI can create images, illustrations, and even entire scenes from scratch. So this is particularly useful for visual content in various forms like digital art, design assets, and many more. Then we have here the third content generation is in the form of video and animation generation. So these are the advanced generative models can generate videos and animations. So this can range from simple animations to more complex sequence. Next, we have the fourth one. We have the music and audio generation. So some of the generative AI can compose music and generate audio tracks. So it can mimic different musical genre and styles, producing original compositions or ambient soundscapes. And then we have personalization. So by analyzing user preferences and behavior, generative AI can customize content to individual users, providing a personalized experience. So those are the different content generations. So we have text, we have image, we have video and audio, we have music and audio, and then lastly we have personalization. So now let's dig deeper to the available tools of the generative AI in these forms. So first is we will talk about the text generation. As we all know, we are familiarized with this particular website. So we have ChatGPT, or you can visit that website URL, and then we have Notion AI, and then we have Word Tune. So now let's have a hands-on experience with this particular text generation. So in this particular text generation or content generation, uh, can you type in the chat box what particular text generation you are familiar with? So you have, okay, we have chat GPT. So this is very common. So where it can generate content. We have, okay, chat GPT with this new version 3.5. Okay, thank you for the response, Sir Larry and Sir Brittany. So here we have, so let's take a look at this particular website. So I will now open a particular website, and I hope you can see the screen. Okay, so I will make it bigger. So first, let's go to uh, ChatGPT. Okay, so in ChatGPT, you can see here we have this one introducing ChatGPT. So I hope you can see now the screen. So all you need to do is, again, you just simply try ChatGPT, and then if again, the requirement for this one is you have your email account for this one to activate. Okay. So for instance here, so all you need to do is just simply log in using your email. In my case, I already make use of this feature in ChatGPT. So all you need to do here is you pick a particular AI for text generation. So here I will choose ChatGPT. So again, an email account is required in this particular AI generative AI. So for instance, okay. So for instance, this is the text generation. So may I suggest online participants or in person, what particular topic do you want to have to be generated in the chat GPT? Okay. May I know some suggestions about a certain topic that you want to search? Use the Zoom chat box to have an interaction with me with this demonstration. So I gave you 1 minute, okay, to think of a certain topic. So in this prompt, so you should focus on a specific topic and then what's the duration of this particular topic. It's good for 1 hour, 30 minutes, and so on. Okay, so I will give you 1 minute to think. Okay, so here uh we have Sir Larry. So this is a prompt, okay, from this particular. Okay, so I will just copy this one. So I hope I can copy this prompt. Okay, so let me first copy. Okay, so I need to type it. Okay, so here, for example, create a database schema for sales and inventory system with normalized tables. So this is the a sort of topic that Sir Larry would like to generate content from the chat GPT. So let's take at the result. Let's see the result. Okay, so we have this one. So in this part, this particular this is the particular outline of this particular prompt. And then for instance, if you would like to have a follow-up question about it, like do it in 1 hour, 1 hour, or provide, or let's provide an outline good for 1 hour. Provide an outline good for 1 hour about that. So let's see if uh, he generated a particular response. Okay, so as you take a look, it's generating a response. So it provide you with the title. So example, designing sales and inventory system database. And then you have a duration of 1 hour. So you have here a particular outline for the slides. Okay, but again, it is important to have it clear or based from your preference about the topic. You need to validate this particular information. Okay, so these are some generated content based from the chat GPT. Again, you can narrow. Again, if you are making use of the chat GPT, so in a form of text generation, you can have it as you specify the topic, and then uh, what particular uh, what particular duration you want to have in that topic, and additional preferences regarding your particular topic. So in this case, we just simply use, or we can just simply generate the response according to this particular first question, and then it give us the details about this particular question, and then we just simply narrow it down to 1 hour, or we just state that this particular lesson is good for 1 hour, and then it will give us the outline for 1 hour. So that's the example of chat uh, chat GPT. Okay, so I hope you are familiarizing some hacks or tips in searching a particular or generated response according to the search or the chatbot feature. Okay, so do you have questions or clarifications in generating information using chat GPT? So okay, I think there's none. So now let's proceed with the another text generation. We have the Notion AI. So in this particular Notion AI, it's just like Chat GPT. So I will now open another tab. Okay. So I will now open to another tab. And then I will go to the Notion. I will search Notion AI. So Notion AI. So here, just proceed with the second serve. We have the Notion AI, work faster, write better. So this particular link, and then here, this is the Notion AI website. So get started. And then the requirement of this one is at least you have an email account, and then you need to validate. So all you need to do is you start with a new page. So click the new page. And then for instance, you you have the title. So for instance, let's say introduction. So this is just like renaming your content. So introduction, let's say here, introduction to H5P. H5P in introduction to H5P gamification. Gamification in the classroom. So for instance, this is my name. Okay. So this is the name. I would like to generate this particular topic. I would like to generate the text generation or the content in the form of text. So here, this is your topic. So press enter key. And then to start asking, okay, to start asking the AI, generative AI. So I will make it bigger, okay, so that you can see here. So press space, okay? Press space or space key, and then you can start asking AI. So for example, you can see here, we have another type, okay? So draft with AI. So it's your, uh, in this part, let's say, uh, outline. So write an outline about this one. So write an outline about this one and then press enter key, and then automatic it will generate to you the outline. Okay. So what is a particular topic? So introduction to H5P, gamification in the classroom. Then it will show to you the outline. Okay. So once you are satisfied with this one, then you can click the done. Okay. And then press enter key. Okay, and then use again the space, okay, to continue writing. So for example, again, you can have it, okay, you can have it according to the topic. You can like, let's say in this one, what is H5P? Okay, H5P. And then so H5P is blah blah blah, and then it's if you want to make it longer, so you can click make it longer. Okay. Oh, so in that case, you can have this one line with that particular outline. So again, you can try out as simple as this one using the Notion AI. So you in this part, so this is save. Okay. So do you have questions or clarifications? So again, this is automatically saved once you do it. So you can see here that particular generative uh, text. So make sure you click it done so that it will save. So I hope you can appreciate the Notion AI. So again, it's like a ChatGPT feature, but you can also add a particular type of the draft with AI. It could be brainstorming ideas, blog posts, outline, and so on. So that's the Notion AI. Okay. So questions or clarifications in in the Zoom chat box. You can place your questions. If you would like to have to try another concept, then you can use the Zoom chat box to have a live interaction. Okay. So I will give a minute, okay, regarding the Notion AI. Okay, so I guess there's none. So now let's proceed to the word tune. Okay, the word tune. So that's the Notion AI. And then now let's proceed to the word tune. So for example, so we have here the word tune. So I like this particular word tune because it will generate to us, it will create uh, generative AI for text generation. So for example, the word tune. So let's get started again using your email. Okay, so here I will continue with my email. So for example, this one. And then here, let's wait for a minute. So, okay. So questions, so I mostly, this is for work. And then here, in my profession, I am so here, teacher. And then mostly, I'm in a team member, like kind of, this is just a basic question. So example here, and then all you need to do is just simply click the responses. So example, yes, and let's go. So you can have it generated from the Google Chrome, or here you can have generated or embedded that into your Google Chrome. Okay, for this part, okay, so this is now the Word Tune Editor. So all you need to do is just simply click a new document and then name your document. So example here, you can rename it by just simply clicking this particular, okay, three horizontal dots, and then you just rename it to AI generated content. And then we will start it by generated with AI. Okay, so your message you want to generate. So like for example, like introduction or introduction. So this is a particular topic, introduction to uh, technology for uh, teaching and learning. So that's your question. And let's generate the content. So generating your content. So automatically it will provide you the answer for that one. And then here, you can have this one. Okay. If you're satisfied with this response, then you can click the done part. So for example, he's generating content, and then here you can click the done part. And then for some instance, if you want to have it rewrite, so you just simply highlight. And then for example, you would like to rewrite this particular paragraph. So all you need to do is just highlight a specific paragraph and then you click rewrite. So there is a suggestion, and then all you need to do is just click with that particular suggestion. And I hope in this particular part, this is paid. So again, you just simply use the free version part. So these are some of the generated content in text generation. So here, so what I'm trying to show you is the first uh, three tools for text generation. You can use the Chat GPT. You can have explore the function of Notion AI or the word tune of your specific content. So just see to it that you validated the content. Okay. So next is we have Oh, do you have questions or clarification with the text generation before we will go to the image generation? So I will post 1 minute. Okay. Are all a yeah, in this part, okay, Dr. Polistico, some of in this part, the chat GPT is there is a paid version of it, and you can use the free version. But for the paid version, this is more on advanced features in generating the content, especially regarding the references of that generated content. And then for as well as the Notion AI, since this is a product, we have also a free and then we have paid. So all of this particular text generation are have its paid version and then free version. For the paid version, of course, you have a greater features of this particular text generation. So I hope that answer your question, Doc Polistico. Okay, thank you. So again, in this we have this particular text generation, we introduce to you the free version only. Okay, so we can maximize some generative AI available for text generation. And then we have also, now let's proceed to the image generation. So we have in the image generation, so this is what I like, okay, when I do the hands-on or the demonstration about this one. So we have three free version of a generated image. So first, as we all know, if you activated your Canva for education, you can make use of the generated AI in image. So this is in the form of media magic. So later on, I will give you a short demonstration how to activate that one. And then you have the Bria. So this is a free version. It will generate an image according to your prompt of that particular sentence. And then as also the GenCraft. So there is a paid and a free version with this particular introduction of this particular website for image generation. So now let's start with the Bria. Okay. So again, I will uh, open now Google. Okay. So for example, here. So let's start with Bria. Okay. Bria AI, okay, or you can search Bria AI. This is for the image. So you can see here we have the icon of Bria AI. This the B part. Okay, you just click the Bria.ai, and then here we can start using this one, a free version. So we can click, this is to visualize generative AI. So let's explore and play this particular generated content in the form of image. So for example, let's say, let's have this one. Uh, a teacher, say, this is your AI content. Okay, so a teacher holding or a teacher with laptop. Okay, so that's your particular prompt. Okay, so let's here we get an image for this one. Okay, so automatic, it will generate to you an image about this one. So let's see if it generate to you. Okay, a teacher with laptop. For example, here, this one. Okay, you can customize this one. So you can click the customize, and then here you can have it remove the background. So you have here the remove the background. Okay, so that's the removing the background. So here, let's say I will use this particular part. Let's background is blurred. So let's see. So you blur the background, and then this is the content, and then you can have it like for example uh for this part. Okay, since you are satisfied with this one, this is your particular image that you want to add in your PowerPoint. So you can simply download it by just clicking the download and then click image. And then for some here, if you are using the Brea.ai, so of course, it needs to have your email account. Okay, so sign up with email. And then all you need to do is just sign out with your institutional email. So here, preparing for image for download, and then that's it. You can have the image. So this is the image coming from the Brea. Okay. So again, this is just like generating prompt, and then you can make use of this particular feature. Okay. So that's the function of Brea as the image generator. And then the other function is you have your Canva. Okay. Canva. Okay. I hope you activated your Canva for education. That is free. Okay. So for instance, okay, if you haven't display your Canva, or you didn't activate your Canva using the image generation, so you can search this one, uh Canva text to image. So here we have here text to image. You can click this particular app, and then automatically, okay, so from here, so for instance, we will make a design. Okay, we will make a design in Canva. So for example, this will be uh here a customize, or this will be a presentation part. Okay, so let's take it as a presentation part. And then you activated this particular function. Okay, so here we have, okay, we have here, okay, so I hope you can activate it now. So let's say for example, in my case, I have some examples, and then we just simply click this particular part. Okay. Text to image. So here, this is a free image. I hope it will. Okay. So let's. So make it sure you activated your. Okay. I hope this functions a lot. Okay. So here, this will be the case. Okay. So all you need to do is you just simply type in your particular scenario, and then you generate AI image. So click that one, and then from that, so it will now activate the Magic Media. So in Magic Media, okay, so this will be created by the Canva Magic Media. It's have the image and audio and video component. So for example, this is the AI. So as you take a look at the lower part, this is we are in the Magic Media feature in Canva. So all you need to do is just basically type, like example, a teacher holding a laptop. So that's your basic scenario, and then press enter, create for this one. So this is the style. So example, you want it a filmic, and then you want this particular size or this shape size. So all you need to generate this image is at least you have this one. So you have the prompt, and then the style, you can have it in a filmic, and then the ratio, it could be a square, and then you create an image for that. And then automatically it will provide you with your uh with the image, okay, based from your prompt. Okay, so as you notice, you have here, if you want to use this one, so all you need to do is you just simply drag and then drop it. Okay, and then you can customize this one. And then this is your example video. And then here, this is a Creative Commons. So once you are in the Canva, so all of the images are creative in Creative Commons. So this is for free version. Okay, so here, this is your image that generated from this particular AI. So you want to download it. So all you need to do is just simply click the share screen, and then here you have here download. And then in downloading, so all you want to do, if you want a transparent background or whatsoever, so if you're satisfied with this particular image, you just simply click the download. And then automatically it will download. So now I have a question. I have the questions from the participants. So can we prompt the tool to animate an image? So, okay. So let's take a look. Okay, for example, uh, holding a lap, so can you create a scenario, sir? Sir, Sir Polistico, about what particular topic you want to search in this particular image generation, so that we can animate images. Okay. What particular scene? Okay. Just teacher writing on the board. Okay. Okay. Let's let's take a look here. A teacher writing on the board. I hope it will also generate a GIF image. Okay, so let's take a look. I hope it is not more on static images. So uh, writing on the board. Writing on the board in animation. So let's take a look if it will generate to you the animated uh particular GIF format or just a plain static. Okay, in this case. So again, in this part, okay, so anime. So what do you mean by polistico? Is it more on a moving part of the image or just plain animate image or graphic image? Oo. If this one, I think it's more on static images. So there's no moving. Okay. Entire moving, yes. The entire moving part, the GIF. So in this part, it give us a static images. So I think let's try uh, uh, in GIF format. I hope it will give us this particular. Mm-mm. So I think it's more on static. So I guess if it is activated in the videos part. So again, here in our country, it's not activated yet. There is a video part in the Canva in a Magic Media that we can generate the moving actions of the of that particular scenario given by Dr. Polistico. But in this case, it's more on static images. Okay, so I hope that answers your question, sir. Thank you. So again, we just simply give you the image generation. Okay, so in the form of Bria, and then you have the Canva, and then sa GenCraft you can explore. This is the same function as Bria and Canva about the GenCraft. Okay. So now, let's proceed to the video and animation generation. So this is the in this example. So we use this one. It's a short of uploading your images and then kind of give your specific text, and then automatically it will create you a video from that image and then the text generation. So which means it will cover all the image of yours. So for in my case, I upload an image and then I provide a script, and then you can choose what particular voice do you want using this particular website, the DID. So for example, you can see here.
Hello, educators. Welcome to video and animation generation.
So of course, my tips for this one is you should upload a perfect face like it's just like uh facing, like example, a 2 by 2 concept. Okay, so that you have the gestures of moving your mouth and then your face is appropriate. So again, in this part we have free and license. With this one, if you would like to have a license, you have uh, a long generation of that particular video. So in this part, this will limit to only 10 words. Okay, 10 words for this time. The free version is 10 words, and then you have 20 20 credits. So which means each particular credit has 10 words and then video, and then you just simply use this one as a short of welcoming a new lesson using the DID. wherein you just simply merge all the videos. For example, you have a 2-minute video. So for example, you have 3 videos for that. Okay. And then you just simply place that particular script in this particular website. So another example of that using this one, the DID, is another, okay.
Deepfakes are being used in more and more inventive ways. Deepfake technology will let us view things that do not exist or have never existed. Whether it is the recreation of long-dead artists in museums or the editing of videos without the need to reshoot. It is increasingly used in medical and other sectors, in addition to its many uses in entertainment and education.
Ako po si Coco Martin.
And I am Sir Larry. Coco and I will face swap.
In essence, deep generative modeling is how deepfakes operate. Basically, after processing a database of example photos, the neural network of the algorithm learns how to produce realistic images and videos of actual, or fictional, individuals. They can create authentic films of a person by training on photos of real individuals. In the end, the same technology may be applied to synthesis the voice of the same individual, raising concerns that we're not far from phony but totally realistic films of leaders and celebrities acting or saying ridiculous things.
And then we have the last example.
Thank you very much. I hope that you learned the definition of misinformation, disinformation, and malinformation.
So in that case, you can see we have only the free version. So I would like to have it open. Okay, so those are the examples. So for example here, so I will go to the ID. So www.did.com. So it's www.d hyphen and then id.com. So here, this is the DID, or you can search in Google the DID AI. So here it will lead you to this part. So here, let's try now. It's free. So it's free version. Again, you are in guest mode, but if you would like to download that particular part, so you need to register again using your email. So for this one, we will create a video. So for example, I would like to upload a particular image. So let's say here. Okay, it will lead us to our our Google account. So we need to sign in or register. So example here, and then we will use this one. Okay, let's proceed. Okay. So we will create a video part, and then we click add. So here we will just simply first is create. So for example, okay, we have a picture, this one. Okay. Okay, so let's take a look. Here we have a sample picture. And then we have this one. So let's, good day everyone. Okay. Welcome to the Global Studies Center of, okay, you take a look, you have a 10 words limit. So let's take that one as it is. So here, welcome to the Global Studies Center of Silliman. Okay, so here, If you want to have a longer version of it, you need to subscribe. It's free. It just needs to subscribe its particular application. So here we have we use the language English, and then we will make the voice. So for example, let's have here a girl version of it. So example, Jenny. So here, let's take a look at sample.
Good day,
Okay.
everyone. Welcome to the Global Studies.
Okay, so let's have it Jenny Montelingual. So you need to preview first the voice of this uh particular particular speaker. So for example, this one, you have the script, and then you can click the language and then the voice. And then after that, we generate the video. So we click. So again, you have 20 credits. So in my case, I have 19 left. Okay. So we generate the video. Again, if you want to preview, just click this one.
Good day, everyone. Welcome to the Global Studies Center.
So make it sure that you have a clear picture. Okay, because there is a moving part.
Good day, everyone. Welcome to the
So
Global Studies Center.
So if you want to download this one, so you just click the download part, and then automatically you can see the downloaded version of it.
Good day, everyone. Welcome to the Global Studies Center.
So that's the DID video. Okay. So here, so that's creating a video content. Okay. Using the video and animation generation. And then we can you can also have the Canva for the creation of the video for the license one. Okay. At this part, so this is not yet activated in Canva for the Canva for education, but I hope for next month it will activate the Canva for education in generating your video. And then here, we click to the next, and then let's proceed to the music and audio generation. So in this part, if you are fun of making music and audio generation, so you can have the Beatbot AI song maker. So, and then the Boomy. So it will give you a specific music that you want. So example lang, if you would like to have a Beatbot, we will use the Beatbot AI song maker. So here, this is the example. I will just open to Google, and then we have here the Beat bot AI. So the icon of the Beatbot AI is this one. And then here, this is your specific, let's say, you have a scenario. Describe the song you want to create. For example, a lover. Like for example, okay, so for an interactive, okay, so in interactive specific, can you give suggestion, any suggestion that you want to have here in the Bitbot from our live participants? Okay, let's say you have an intro for a video. Let's have it. Intro for a YouTube video. Let's say intro for a YouTube video. Intro for our YouTube video, and then let's click here. Let's generate. Okay.
Welcome to my channel, hit that
Okay.
subscribe.
So actually, you can, this is the introduction video, but again, you can have it text. You can edit the text. And then here you have the generated, generate. If you want to generate, so automatic, it will give you, okay. Okay, so these are some examples of the generated content. And then if you want to edit the text, if you cannot see here, so you can have edit the text. So you can edit this one. So let's say, welcome to the show, or you can edit this one. So like example, again, you can edit like, welcome to the show. It's time to go. So for example, welcome to Global Studies Center of Silliman University. Let's click it save. And then it will give us the
Welcome to Global Studies Center, Silliman University.
okay.
Welcome to
So again, if you want to download it, so you just click the 3 horizontal dots, that's more, and then you can download the video or the audio part. So click the download the video part, and then automatically it will download the video by Bitbot. Okay.
Welcome to Global Studies Center, Silliman University.
So again, you can customize this. This is the free version of it. So again, you can have it as part of your lesson. Okay. So you can have a sort of interactive music of your lesson in introducing your lesson in that case. So you can use the Bitbot or the Boomi. This is the same as the Bitbot, wherein it will generate to you an original music. Again, we have free and then we have paid also. So basically, those are the generated content for the text, the image, the uh, video and animation, and then we have the music and audio generation, and then the personalization. So more of this particular content are also embedded in the pedagogical guide for generative AI. So I hope you have learned some website tools available in creation of your content or the learning resource of your topic. I hope it adds some knowledge in familiarization with those apps. So thank you everyone for joining with me for this particular introduction of content generation using generative AI. So I will now turn the floor to Ma'am Alfie to continue the pedagogical guide of generative AI. If you have questions, then kindly reserve your question for the open forum later. Okay, Ma'am Alfie.
Okay, Sir Fred, thank you very much. And I actually also enjoyed following and giving suggestions while he is doing the actual thing. Okay, so let me share my slides. Okay, so this time, how would we be able to be facilitated with generative AI when it comes to pedagogy? No, so it can significantly enhance our pedagogy and teaching strategies so that it could ensure a more student-centered approach because there is more engagement maybe with the content and maybe with the learning activity that um, that we can offer, especially if we make use of suggestions and of course or we follow suggestions or recommendations brought to us by generative AI. And uh, when we have this one, we looked into the different ways or elements in which pedagogy can actually be AI could actually be um, um, integrated through pedagogy. No, so we have eight features here of pedagogy. So first is we have personalized learning path. No, so later on I will also give you the slides. Okay, I will just go to the slides directly of um the first four. Now the first four things that we could do with personalized learning path. So in here, we can actually have generative AI have some analysis when it comes to students' learning history, strengths, weaknesses, and preferences to recommend personalized learning paths. Now, in here, it doesn't have to be the whole 9 yards of the student's information. It's just later on, I will be able to uh, input or give or generate a particular personalized learning activity, maybe. No, so we could make use actually of our My Soul person. Remember our personalized learning designers, no, pwede na siya. And then um another one is adaptive content creation. So this is in partnership with what you just have seen with Sir Fred's demonstrations, no? So it's really something that we can do content creation in such a way that it will allow a differentiated set of instruction maybe, or like for example it is more conducive for a particular set of learners, like for example um how would you be able to make uh content with the use of, for example, anatomy to grade five pupils in a way and in the context that they could understand it, so it could actually be helpful. So that is what AI could suggest. Now AI could suggest when it comes to pedagogy. And then another one is to enhance the engagement, especially with student content engagement, no? So we could actually have like activities. I know you are already aware of um, integration such as H5P, no, in our learning management system. This actually will have lots of enhancement when it comes to engagement. So even just a simple video, then used through H5P with the questions in there, it would really help out with the enhancement of the engagement. And then individual support, no, so it's for individual support, if you offer to them um the AI platform itself or the application, like for example chat GPT, of course it will be of assistance to them 24/7. But later on also, let's try to have them experience an AI experience within our virtual classrooms using what we have in My Soul. We could also have that one. And then another set of pedagogy and generative AI is the use of collaborative learning facilitation. So I hope everyone has already also no I am this is more of the experience type and the application when it comes to the teaching and learning, no? So for collaboration and facilitation, what we call group choice, especially in My Soul. We could also have restrictions, like I have done this in many of my classes, like for example group work, and they have their own forums in there. But because it's restricted that they could not enter a particular they could only enter their own group's forum, no? So you could have that one. I have tried that one also in my class. And of course, you could also make use of other tools such as the ones we that's offered to us for free by Google. So you could actually make use of that one because it is very helpful to our students as well in their collaborative work, as well as we also have what we call accessibility and inclusivity. In fact, in one of the professional subjects in education, there's really inclusive education. There's a course called inclusive education. So how would we be able to um, achieve that everyone is included in the digital technology that we offer, no? So it will actually give us suggestions, not necessarily that it will make for us, but it will give us suggestions or direct us or give us procedures on how to do it. And there's also what you call cognitive load management. So I've actually looked into specific cognitive load management, but I was just given um, a, more or less what we already have, like an LMS, wherein we have the control as teachers to have the management of cognitive load, maybe through micro learning, when we set up our classrooms or our um our virtual classrooms or give our content, no? And then maybe I could offer you also, or I could just give you, because they're most of them are not for free. I will just show you later on, maybe a memory, something like an app that helps out with memory, stuff like that. So it could actually also help in cognitive load management of our learners. And lastly, but of course not the least, no, uh generative AI could also have the 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 capacity to monitor students' emotional states and provide sources for managing stress, anxiety, and other emotional challenges. Though, again, no, these are not for free, but we could always have or get suggestions even when we have our like feedback or announcements or for instructions, no, it could have a tone. We could always make use of the very popular chat gpt when we want to have this kinds of content, no, for our students that would help us with our pedagogy. And then here are some of the tools, as I have mentioned earlier. Here are some of the tools. I have explored some, I have used some, but for those that are really for though not for free. Now most of them are not for free, but like for example, Duolingo, especially if you are into languages, it could really, it's a language, it's more of a language tutorial, self-paced application that you could actually recommend to your students. I have used Khan Academy and Coursera basically because I explored it. The By the way, this is partly like massive open online courses, no? So it could really help in your pedagogy, like for experiential learning of your students, that they would have to enroll in a particular course that they are interested in, not necessarily something that is connected to your to your course or the subject that you're teaching, but something that they could experience, so they could explore, no? So I have also explored that one. And aside from this one, let me just also uh plug in, no? So we have our own set of MOOCs. It's called SOOCs, no? So you could also endorse some very good and interesting short courses for our students. So it's actually our own. It's developed through many webinars and workshops, and then we have had the time to actually make it short courses, and we have it available in our own learning management system. No, not my soul, but we call it our soul. So again, that's a plug. Okay, and then we have what we call, this is Grammarly, the likes of Killbot, no, and maybe also ChatGPT, no. These are very popular tools nowadays that would help us, especially if we want to improve on how we write, or our grammar, or our the quality of statements that we have to use, no. But the thing here, no, this is like the catch, just so you would also have a tip on this one. So I don't discourage my students in using them. They have to be, again, we have to be, whenever we introduce these things to our students, we have to also remind them of um their responsibilities in the use of generative AI. So we have to be responsible, no? Even ours are, even us ourselves, the teachers, will have to always look back, not just be awed with how great this particular AI tool could give me, but we always have to be mindful. We always have to go back to our responsibility in making generative AI, no? And for Grammarly and like for example, for Grammarly and Killbot, no, that would actually help them with their writing styles, but hopefully not something that will just generate for them and then they will just copy paste. That's why I have the condition that whenever I aside from research, for research it's an SOP that turn on, turn it in or feature in our learning management system. I also turn it in on when I make activities such as reflective activities and even opinions, no. So um just so I would be able to know that it was not 100% AI generated. It should be something that it was from themselves and maybe just improved with the help of AI. And like for me, no, I have already installed Killbot within Chrome, because it's not for me to not actually for the purpose of doing things on their own, or being I am being suggested on what to write. And of course it's SOP for the grammar, no, whenever I do my emails, no, just for that purpose. So I have used that and I have practiced that for that purpose. So for Grammarly and Turnitin, no. So I guess we are fortunate that we have that free version with us in my soul, so you could really practice um using that one, especially with your, for now it is actually being used in assignments, and I believe with essay type quizzes. Am I right, Sir Jade and Sir Fredley?
Yes, yes,
Yeah. So
yes.
before, with the previous plagiarism app that we have, it was only for assignments, but this time turn it in. It can be used for both quizzes that we have in MySoul, and of course um assignments that are in text format. So make sure that when you ask them to upload a file, it should be, that's why I make sure that it's a Word file. It's not something that they had just taken a picture, so that it could really go through Turnitin. And or you could actually get them to type in the text box what you need for them to submit, no. So if they type it in the text box and you turn it in on, then you are good. You are already, it will actually generate um similarities, and of course if it will also generate if it's how many percent is it AI generated, no. So that will be very helpful for us. Another one is this one I haven't really um explored on Cogni, but as I have seen it, it's something that can actually be integrated also maybe in a learning management system, or yeah, in our in a content management system. So it could actually be something that is similar, because it's for essay grading and personalized feedback. So it could be something that will enhance um, essay writing and essay grading for the teachers, as well as actually I am familiar with Pearson because some of our departments here in Siliman are making use of Pearson, my lab, particularly the physics department and the chemistry department. So they have already integrated it um, through my soul, no? So it's a very good way because they have, aside from having a learning management system, they have integrated it in there in such a way that they could actually give the correct or a more personalized set of activities for chemistry and physics, no? So there you go. And then Rosetta Stone, I have actually looked into it, but it's a paid version of something wherein it could help you out with language, especially with how uh, pronunciation feedback. If you'd want to develop your pronunciation, then it would be very good for language teachers to explore on this one. For this one, it could also be integrated in a learning management system. And for Google Classroom, I have explored this one way before the new version of MySoul came. So I and some of the teachers in the College of Computer Studies have actually made use of Google Classroom, and it for me is still efficient because you could do so many things in a Google Classroom for as long as you have as far as long as you have your content already. You could make use of the Google Forms and incorporate it in there when you have exams. Now, so this is something very handy, especially if the school doesn't have a learning management system, because it is available to anyone with a Google account. And then what else? This one. So the last slide for tools will be like, for example, Scribe Sense. This is also something that um, for trans to how do you transcribe handwritten notes into digital text. So maybe you might have been looking for uh many ways, like for example, it was scanned, it was an old book, it was scanned, so it was saved as an image. So you could actually also make use of Scribe Sense, which means it could transcribe maybe handwritten notes or all those things into digital text. You don't have to retype it. And then Quizlet is more or less similar to H5P, but if you are, but as I have experienced and as I have practiced, I am really more into H5P, but Quizlet has have also other options, maybe not offered by the H5P. You could also explore Quizlet. And then Sariego, in here, it actually, this is the application, no, that I have mentioned earlier that could actually help out with cognition load management, because it helps improve memory retention and learning efficiency. But other than that, no, so if you would actually try to explore other applications that's very specific, like for example Sudoku, or maybe similar apps like that. It actually helps out very specific maybe topics only, or maybe some portions of the unit wherein you could apply it and help them for memory retention. And maybe most of, as I have also noticed, especially in H5P, there are activities that would help out in memory retention, like maybe flashcards, so on and so forth, for our younger learners. And then we have Dreambox, wherein this Dreambox is it's specifically for math, but unfortunately, it's not for free. But it's something that, because there are very rare um, opportunities we get to have like specifically for math. But of course, it's just for math. We could have other applications. Like for example, the one that I have mentioned earlier with Pearson, it could actually also have other um, topics or specialization, just like math, no? And Labster is something similar to Pearson because it actually helps out, especially during the ODL, no, especially if you are into chemistry, biology, and you have a lab class, then that this type of tools, no, or application will help out, especially because it will give you very specific procedures on how to do it virtually. And you could also customize it and contextualize it accordingly, no. And lastly, no, something that is not new to us anymore is open AI, which is actually the maker of chat gpt. And this is something I will be demonstrating on some of the things that we could be suggested of when it comes to pedagogy through open ai. Okay, so before we go to open ai, let me just let us just have this one, no. So most of us, especially if we are new to a particular course or new to a particular subject, or even if we are already seasoned, but during the times when we have to make learning outcomes, specific learning outcomes, we run out of verbs, we run out of what we need to really let the students achieve, no? So we don't want to be out of context when it comes to making our um learning outcomes, because that is what we want our learners to achieve. So I usually make use of this, the third and the fourth, when it comes to generating learning outcomes, because they are very helpful. It comes from me, but I am guided as we go along. So let me just uh stop sharing, and then I would want, maybe I would also share the link to you in the chat box, so that you would have an idea, or you could also do some of this on your own. Okay. Okay, so I have shared the third one to you, and this one as well. So let me just go through. um okay, sorry, I think that would. Okay, so there, so for the first one, if we. Okay. So if we have like the first one for our learning outcome generator. So sorry to burst your bubble if you were expecting that it will make a lesson plan for you, but no, it's more of facilitating on how to make your lesson plan or your syllabus for you by making use of learning outcomes generator and objective generator. So in here, so we will be guided with how a well-defined learning outcome has to be. So it has, like for example, it follows the Bloom's and the Fink's learning taxonomies, no? So for sure, either you are familiar with either, and then you have to choose what kind of learning domain would you want your students to have? Like, for example, um, I would want them to create something. Okay, so how would I have that one? So more of application or integration. Okay, and then for the Bloom's taxonomy, I would want them to create. Okay, and then I am given the choice if I would like to use one of the verbs presented to me. So again, we are offered the verbs, no? So at least we will have an idea, or we won't be overthinking of the verbs to use on the learning outcomes that we would want. So like for example, I would want to use um an existing verb, so more of develop. Okay, I would want them to develop something. Now this time, it asks what knowledge, skill, or attitude I want my students to be able to display. No, so they have an example also there. So for me, I want them to develop um the skill of making an e-portfolio. Okay, and then I could click on next. This is like the performance. So the performance is develop an e-portfolio, this time under what conditions? So like for example, an e-portfolio of their works and achievements um as a pre-service teacher. Okay. Okay. Now, where would this is very specific. So where would I want them to learn? So using, so I would want to have them using. Okay. So there. So it's something that I have actually created, but I was just guided on how to make it um a better, or at least the best um um uh learning outcome that I could create using this app. So if I click on next, so there. So the learning outcome, the complete learning outcome is here. So the students will be able to develop an e-portfolio of their works and achievements as a pre-service teacher using appropriate online tools. So that will be something that I could use already for my first learning outcome in a course. No, so there. Another one, okay, another one is this one. So I would want you to click on the second, which is the objective. So this objectives is more of the specific learning outcomes for the college and objectives for specific topics if we are teaching in basic education. So if we click on learning objectives EC, this is something that is quite fun. Yeah, as well as you are still the one generating your own objectives. Okay, so let us try. Let me share. Okay, so this time we have a familiar face in there, actually, and whatever we type will be somewhat also written by that person over there. So it is asking us who are the learners. So for me, my learners are, okay, so the pre-service teachers, because I am teaching in the College of Education. And then so that answers who, and then next the verb. So what do I want them to achieve? Okay, so this time this is more of trying to distinguish the difference, no? Something like that. So I would want them to see, okay, so understand. I also have, so you could actually make use of the Bloom's taxonomy here of the different verbs, no? So this one is more of an understanding because I would want them to distinguish something, no? And then I click on next. Okay. And then what is a task the learner has to do? Distinguish the difference. Like for example, so it will actually give you an example for me, the difference between cons okay. Okay. And then what do I want next? So I when I say what in through what condition? So I would want them to have um to distinguish through an illustration or a mind map. So this is a specific one, no? So a specific one. So this should reflect also in my activity. Okay, so what Einstein has actually written on the board is um my generated objective. So I'll just copy that one and then I will have to paste it in my lesson plan or in my learning plan. Again, it has to be done one by one, but at least it's something that it makes our life easier when it comes to generating such if we are new to a particular subject or a course. Okay. And then hopefully you have also tried it on your own while I'm doing it here. So you could actually also make use or update your specific learning outcomes and your topic objectives, no? Also a plug, no? So we will have tomorrow how we will be able to connect competency with our learning outcomes or our specific learning outcomes, and it will be delivered by yours truly, Answer Jade, by 2:30 tomorrow. Okay, another one. So let me just go back to. Okay, so another one that is something maybe you'd like this one because it is uh um it is an application that will help us in making a course, no? So let us try this. I would want you to access this one. I will just place it in the chat box. So um okay, it's actually called Learning Studio AI. It helps us to generate um a course, no? So this will be helpful. Maybe we could just again, I have to reiterate that we could contextualize and customize, no? But at least having the structure is already very easy. Okay, so let me just share my screen for this one. Okay, so there. So all you have to do is um, place your place the subject or the course that you would want to create. Okay, so like for me, um, I'm assigned to this one for an online course. So I will just place that one, and then all I have to do is click on create course. So I have already signed in actually. By the way, this is just only for given a 7-day free trial for this one. Okay. So I have done that one for technology for teaching, and I will show you later on. So You could just click on create a course, new course. Okay. So if I would want the quick way of doing it, so all I have to do is type the course description or the title of the course, and it will generate to me an outline in a few seconds or maybe in over a minute. Okay. So later on also I will show to you the one that I have initially made or initially asked um Learning Studio AI to create for me. So while it is gathering information on how to organize a mobile learning course, no? So it says here it should take 90 to 120 seconds to complete. So the most is like 2 minutes for you to be able to have this one. But of course, you could always, again, you could always customize, you could always contextualize in whatever is available to us. Okay. Okay. So while waiting for that, maybe I'll just show you first what I have made earlier. Okay, with something that I have I have been teaching, which is technology for teaching and learning. And this is what it gave me. The same application has given me this. Okay. So this is what it has given me in my initial venture of having to ask or creating a course. So it's more of it's when I look at it, and because I could verify it because I've been teaching this one already for quite some time. And yeah, it's really something that starts with the concepts, maybe the definition or description, and then it goes to how it could be integrated into education, or maybe some of the principles or theories. I could add theories because it did give theories in here. I could add theories in there. Yeah, and the rest is actually something that is really being taught in that particular unit. And then how would I be able to have digital assessment and feedback strategies? So it's also part of EdTech or TTL1, no? So it's really there, no? So it's really more of something that you can really make use of this one. You can explore more of the nitty-gritty on this one with the use of the content generators that Sir Fredley has actually um, showed you earlier, no? So there. And lastly, it has what practical exercises it could give for that particular set of topics, no? So it will actually suggest also, so give you exercises, no? So you would have an idea of what type of exercises you could give your students for this set of topics. So there you go. Let me try to see if our generated is already done. So it's actually done, the one that we were waiting for. So let me share it. So there. So we have already the course called Mobile Learning, Unlock the Power of Learning on the Go. So it has its own overview. You could also edit that if you want. So you just click on edit here, and then you can edit it accordingly. And then introduction, the concept, benefits, and then even the designing. So designing effective mobile learning experience, so on and so forth. So it will actually give you, it has a wrap up down to the wrap up, and it actually has a quiz for that particular course. If it's a short course, then it could give you that. No? So these are all the things that's offered in a summary, and then it also gives you a quiz. You could actually also edit the quiz, or you could add more questions to the quiz. And if you'd want to download it as a PDF, you could always do that by clicking or hitting on the download button, and then click on PDF and then download. So there you go. So you could use that one for the SCORM if it's compatible to your learning management system or stuff like that. You could also upload the SCORM version. Okay, so that is actually something that is easy to do and something that's very useful to us. Okay, so another thing that we can actually make use of, or say, okay, okay. So going back to examples now, especially with specific features or elements in the AI framework. No, so we have personalized learning path. So again, um, I hope everyone has already done at least a single type of PLD in the virtual classroom. Maybe just the welcoming of the students. You could actually make use of that one. Another one is that for example, we're talking here of content, no? So you have actually placed a set of videos in there for them to watch, no? So you could either let them experience an AI feel to your subject by making use of the PLD. So that means if they haven't read, like for example, they haven't read or they haven't viewed the set of videos after 24 hours, it automatically will give them or send them a notice that they haven't viewed the videos yet, that has to be used the next meeting, something like that. So the PLD in our soul, in my soul, could actually do that for us. Or like for example, I know should not be mentioning this, especially for assessment and feedback, because that would be another session. But you could actually also make use of that one, especially uh, you haven't done your assignment yet, that was due, blah blah blah. So you could actually send them. So that's like an AI experience for them, because even if you were not talking to them in person, but they are given the reminders, that they are given also the notice that they have to do, a a reminder and a notice for them to be able to accomplish your activities. Now let us try to, because we are still trying to develop. I have to admit, I am still trying to develop the art of asking question with chat GPT, no? So I would also want to show to you how this could be done. Like for example, the input is the pretest result. Usually, before the class starts, you might have activities like this, or you have activities like this, like for example, open forum or stuff like that. Not necessarily numeric in nature, like like for example, how do you define, like for I place uh, in my open forum, how do you define educational technology as per your specialization? So you can maybe place it in an open forum, or maybe in a Jamboard, or maybe in whatever kind of activity you have in class. Okay. And then what I do, so it's personalized. So you would expect that this is something that has to be done um per student, or you could actually do this per specialization, no, per specialization, or per group, no, like for the other courses, no, per group. So how would I be able to do that in chat GPT? So supposedly their activity for this one is to report on um on educational technology, but the catch is they have to report on about educational technology in such a way that they will be able to describe or define educational technology um, according to their specialization. Like for example, math major siya, no? So let me just share to you how that could be. Okay. So we go back to Chat GPT, and then we have to do is place in here. So the input from my students in my in Jamboard or in my open forum is that the definition of educational technology by specialization. So they have to do that. Now, how would I be able to assign to them a topic that would fit the level of knowledge of the student about educational technology? So what I did is I actually just placed the prompt of this one because my student is actually um, an elementary math teacher. So how would she be able to describe educational technology as an elementary school math teacher? Okay. So I am given this, no? So in here, I am given this. So this will be something that I could suggest to my students that you could have an impact gamified educational technology for elementary students, and this will give you an idea of how educational technology is for your elementary students. So this is how I would be able to give them personalized learning path, meaning they will have to follow that path for this particular activity. So again, this is personalized. So it's really up to you on how to make it, if it's really individual or group or whatever. No, so you could have this kind of you could actually help you could actually be facilitated in your pedagogy with this kind of activity. Okay. And then another one is, let me just share my slides as not necessarily the slides, but like for example, individualized support. As I have mentioned earlier, for individualized support, we don't have to be there 24/7 for our students, but we should be able to have a part in our learning management system wherein they could ask us questions. It doesn't have to be messenger all the time or group chats all the time. We could designate like an open forum or a dialogue kung maulaw si estudyante, because for dialogue it's more of you and the students or you and the group, no? So how would you be able to do a prompt? Like for example, the student would ask, um, "Ma'am, I would need more resources about my report. No, I cannot find so many resources about my report." So what you do as a teacher, no, I would like, for example, for me, I would ask Chat GPT. Okay. So there. So again, it's not necessarily asking questions, but communicating with um, Chat GPT so that it could provide you with what you really need. No, anyway, you could also really. So I was asking for resources. Let me just restate it. Okay. Okay. So I am given the references, no, for what I have asked. So I could give this to my students. I could also have this type of question into in chat gpt, and then I will have to place this as maybe supplemental readings, or maybe yes, additional readings for you, no, so you could always place or ask chat gpt about this, no, so there. So because most of the times us teachers, or even our learners, they just type away, and then the information, sometimes the information is really very, yes, because it comes from a very uh, big database, so it should be, sometimes it's the type of information is too overwhelming that you would want to have references attached to it. So might as well ask chat gpt for the references, so that you yourself could actually also verify, no, so there. So you could do that one, or you could have that one if there are questions that you need to explain, concepts that you need to explain. Like for example, if it's like how would you be able to explain to grade 2 pupils what gamification is? It's easy for me to explain it to my pre-service teachers, but how would I be able to explain to them what gamification is? So we could always ask chat gpt for that one. It's actually more of individualized support as well. So we say, okay, so how can I explain what gamification is to grade 2 pupils? Okay, so it actually gives me how to do it, like for example, relating to a story, and then of course, the words that it also gives me is something that the grade two, uh, a grade 2 pupil could really understand, no, so something like that. So it will actually help you out with these types of inquiries, no, or um inquiries from your students, or from something. It's quick, it's something concise, and you could always ask them to verify it when it comes to the references or the resources. Another thing, the last thing is um that I could uh give you is wherein for accessibility and inclusivity. So that is actually part of the pedagogy elements or features when it comes to where generative AI could be useful, no? So um like for example, we have our service learning, no, and then we have visually impaired learners, and we are trying to teach them how to type. So, unsaon na to, no? So, my prompt would be, the situation is for me to have a typing class for visually impaired students, and I only have computers and maybe headsets and sorry, um and yes, the computers and the headsets, no, and of course the internet. So how would I be able to teach my students that? So my prompt would be, it will actually suggest, no, for AI, it doesn't give me the 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 thing right away, no, or it doesn't give me the platform right away, but it could suggest only ways to make learning materials more accessible. And of course, if we follow their suggestions, and if we go back to how we have created content, it will be very helpful. No, so it's actually a tandem for us. So in here, I will have to just give a prompt of, please suggest. how to type. Okay. Okay. So in here, because I have no idea of what application to use, so it will give me all those options that actually help out, wherein there are whenever they press on a particular key, it tells them what what letter it is, or something like that. So I have options here, and then I could also explore these options just before going into doing inclusivity, no, or doing my typing class for visually impaired learners. And speaking of accessibility and inclusivity, let me just also again remind everyone that we could actually make use of easy access to our videos. So it should actually be multimodal when it comes to format. If we have a video, or if we have we set of slides for our content, we could make it into a video. We could also have a format of a PDF, so that it could actually also cater to our some of our students who are into reading. And then we could also convert that into a different set of content, like maybe a gamified one or something like that, no. So it should be available to them as one type, or one set of content could be available to them in different formats, so that everyone could actually access it, be it someone who has some disabilities, or someone who is a normal learner, no. So we should be able to provide them with that one. Okay, so I guess that is it for us. I hope that if you have questions, kindly you could just raise your virtual hand, or you could just ask us in the chat box, no. By the way, for the pedagogy side, most of the tools are not for free, no. So the ones that I have actually um demonstrated are the ones for free, no. And let me just also repeat that most of the times it's just suggesting to us, no. It's just suggesting to us on what to do. So it's still us, the teachers, who'd have to explore, no. So it's a continuous process, or maybe a cycle. We are suggested something, we make use of the contents that Sir Fredley has offered us, and then it will actually eventually build an AI learning experience for our learners. So that's, I think, yes, we have an open forum. So any questions? Wala na sila questions, Sir Fred. I hope wala nag-overload na po sa information, but at least, no, we have actually just given you parts of it, no, because it's just like 2 hours. Doc Lily.
Hello, ma'am.
Yes.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Quick question now, because you said that you use this for your students also, no? So you you accept that they're using it. So
Yes.
my only concern all the time is like trying to figure out if the idea came from them, or they
Yes.
put in a keyword and then they copy pasted something.
Okay.
So
So,
just just like a homework that I did, I mean, they're almost all of them now, even in Turnitin, are like in the 40 to 50%, and they are like similarity, and then all of them has AI from 7 to 10%. So, but there's really no guide on what would be acceptable, no? So na
yes.
AI usage, and then lagi lang they always just put in there na it is at the discretion of the teacher. But how do
Yeah.
we, I mean, how do we know?
So,
Like,
ah,
if the idea
yes,
came
ma'am.
from them, di ba?
How I grade them, no? So,
Yes.
it's very clear also in my instructions that um whatever is the percentage of, like for example, a similarity, because it actually connotes plagiarism, no? So I will there, like for me, I have like the acceptable one is only 15%. Other than that, no, other than that, I make them remake it, no. And of course, no, with when and for us teachers, because this is something also that we have to be guided with. When we see the results in our virtual classroom, we have to click on the results because it will give us the detailed similarity percentage, and it could actually give us the, if we click on it and if it's available, readily available, we could see where it really came from, no. And then I have noticed also nga, there are, it captures words like the, or very minimal phrases that's commonly used by all of us. It captures it as a similarity, yet it doesn't have to be, no, it doesn't have to be part of the percentage. So what I do also in my, I filter it. So we could actually have a filter that it allows you not to include it as part of the similarity. No, so yes, there is still part of because I have the impression that at the beginning, no, that when we use turn it in, you now whatever is placed there in my soul as the percentage, yun na yun, no. But once you click that one and then you will see the details of the similarities, you would realize, ang similarities pala, it's something that's captured like just out of something like a very common phrase is captured as a similarity. Then it's also up to us to actually include it as part of the percentage of similarity. Now, there is um there is another one, Doc Lily, that's called AI generated content. No, so aside from the similarity, it will also give the percentage of AI generated content. No, so um, again, it will be up to the teacher to really give, like for example, uh, for me, no, I have, because I have done mga reflections. This is something I am so particular about this when it comes to reflections. Reflections should come from you. It should be something that you actually feel or want to answer for that question. So what I do is I really tell them, if you'd really want so bad to like quote this particular statement for your reflection, kindly do so and acknowledge the source, no? Because some of them, aside from doing chat GPT, some of them just really blatantly go to a blog site or a blog post, just copy paste whatever it is, no, and then paste it there, no. So for sure it will actually create a 100% AI generated content, no. So I would really tell them, of course it's not 100% that you mean that, no. Only portions of that, please quote it and acknowledge where you got it. But for the rest of the other things to say in a reflection or in an opinion, it should come from you. So I really have that kind of set of instructions for them. So um 15%, so it's up to you, ma'am. Like for example, 'di ba, in research, no, it's like 10%. It should be below 10%, especially for research work. So similarity should be less than 10%. So we could always have that 10%, and then I will go through the details of the percentages of similarities. And when it comes to AI generation generated content, that is what I am stricter, no, when it comes to that one. So I would say, again, I would say that it should, because especially because we cannot see the details anymore for AI generated content. It will just give us the it will just give us the percentage. So what I do is I still have like, if it's more than 30%, no, if it's AI generated for more than 30%, then I will give you a different feedback, or I will let you redo the work.
Okay, sige. Thank you so much. Yeah. I do kind of do the one by one also, but
Yes.
when you're doing it on a homework and you have like 20 to 30 people, and then they have like all of them over 30%, it's hard to click on all, like
Yes.
every single ano. Kaya it's, I don't know. I just do a general one. I'm like, you bring that down. You bring that down.
Yes. Oh, or yes, we could actually do that. Like for example, 30% without having to check anything of those. So once it's 30% and it's shown to you, then you have to redo your work. We could do
Mhm.
that one. Or
So,
we could have like a range for the score, no? So redo the work if it's beyond 30% of similarity, and then within the 30%, no? So that's where deductions come, and where deductions come, no? So if it's 10%, so you will be deducted 10 points or maybe 20 points from a 50 item worth of research, something like that, ma'am. So it will have to be very specific with your instructions, and for sure, no, if you are very specific with their instructions, then for sure so many will have to go through making their own research as well, and making use of chat gpt, but for suggestions, and maybe for maybe a detailed explanation, maybe for that one. Yes. I hope I
thank
answered
you. Yes,
your
yes,
question, ma'am.
yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Other questions? I think wala na. Okay, so Sir Fred, do we have something for them
Okay.
to answer?
Okay. So
Mag-exam daw si Sir Fred bitaw. Only evaluation.
evaluation.
Yes.
So again, here is the link for the evaluation. So before we'll go, so I will give you the announcement and then the evaluation process of this upscaling session or for the entire upscaling session. So in this part, so I will type it in the chat box. And then here, will be the evaluation. I hope you can see now the evaluation. So in that evaluation, if you click that particular link, it will open you with this particular My Soul platform. So here it will lead you to faculty training room, and then you will do the evaluation part in this download certificates section. So once you click that link, and then it will open in a new browser, and then kindly input your MySoul account. Then all you need to do is basically, if you are attendees in this session, say this particular evaluation is restricted for the applicable attendees in this duration. So Zoom participants and in-person participants, you can have the evaluation here. This is like an equivalent for Google Forms. So instead of having Google Forms, then we will use our MySoul platform to do this survey regarding evaluation. And then once you completed all this particular evaluation, then you will get right away your certificate of attendance. Then all you need to do is just view the certificate, and then it will give you the certificate of attendance, and then you can simply download right away. So again, uh, to get your certificate of attendance, all you need to do is just go to the faculty training room, virtual classroom, and then you go to download certificates, and then this will be available within the week. Okay, so you need to evaluate, and then you can get your certificate of attendance. So clarification or clarification of, do you have questions about the process in getting your certificate of attendance? Again, this is very important in order for us to create a specific upscaling session regarding your chosen specific recommendations or suggestions regarding to the upscaling session for next semester or within the semester. So again, we encourage you to fill out the evaluation form. And then after scanning that evaluation form or the QR code, or type in the tiny URL, again, it will lead you to your MySoul platform. So wherein you just go directly to faculty training room. So that faculty training room is intended for SU Silliman University teachers only. And then here, so these are your upcoming events for this week. So we already we already discussed the upskilling session for 2, which is generative AI pertaining to content generation and pedagogy generation. So tomorrow, October 11, Wednesday at 2:30 to 4:30 p.m. will be the monitoring achievement of learning competencies and outcomes. So particularly, it will talk about the MySoul upgrades. So it's all about opening your MySoul account, and then we will do the upscaling training for SU teachers. And then here, kindly register in that particular link. So that is for us to know what are the number of in-person attendees and for our online attendees. But you don't need to worry, because in our upscaling session list, we provided to you the Zoom link or the Zoom room, wherein you will go directly online in this particular upskilling session. But again, that is just monitoring you on how you do it, or how, especially in this part, this is high flex mode. And then starting today is in high flex mode. So this entire week is in high flex mode. So you are to choose whether you are going to have in-person attendees or online attendees via Zoom. And then we have here our resource speaker for that, Assistant Professor Alfie Curcello and Mr. Jade Montemayor for tomorrow. So that is intended for SU teachers only. And then by Thursday, October 12, same time, 2:30 to 4:30 p.m. So we have Dr. Dave and Sir Russell, who will discuss the third series of generative AI using the generative AI in the workplace. So this is intended for SU staff. And then here, I am showing you, this is particularly the theme for our first semester, 2023 to 2024. The theme is upscaling, knowledge sharing, and fostering a responsible digital ecosystem. So just visit this particular link, and then it will give you this part. Okay. So this is what I am trying to say earlier. Okay, if you can see this in the screen, so I will make it bigger. Okay. So here you can see here we have the registration part. So each particular upscaling session has already a recorded session. So which in you can particularly access the recorded video from our YouTube channel. So we have here the recorded video and so on. And so this part, so here again, as I said earlier, we are in the high flex modality. So we are encouraging in-person participants to be here at Dr. Mariano Lau ICI Laboratory. And for our Zoom attendees, so we have it via Zoom. Again, the registration here is just to know the number of the in-person participants, okay? Because we are limiting the in-person participants and up to 20 participants. So again, we just simply email for the in-person participants for the confirmation, and then for the online participants also. So again, in here, again, we have a backup for this part. So if ever you register the same day, so again, you are requested to have the online part. We have the Zoom room. So we just simply upload this link, and then automatically you can directly go in the Zoom room. Okay. And then October 11, and then October 12. Again, recordings are available here in this upscaling session list, and then also found in your virtual classroom. So again, that particular virtual classroom, okay, so I will just show you how to access it. So all you need to do is just click this upscaling recording videos. So this is organized by specific team. So generative AI, my soul upgrades, and then responsible use of technology. So again, this is the same as found in the upscaling list. This is the pre-recorded videos as well as the attached file or the presentation file for our resource speaker. So I hope that have your knowledge about the upscaling for this first semester. So we have our contact information if you have questions. So again, you can use our Facebook to get updates uh, from our upscaling sessions for the week or for the semester. And then you can browse, or you can like and subscribe our YouTube channel for the updated videos that we are going to upload there. And then you can contact us at 4201901 local 417 for immediate response. And then if you would like to email regarding your upskilling session per department, then you can email soul@su.edu.ph. So for this part, we will have a photo opportunity before we will end. Okay.
Questions sa chat box.
Okay, we have questions. Okay. Yes, in this part, all of the recordings as well as the presentation will embedded or included in that particular faculty training room, as well as the listing of the upscaling. So we will include the presentation and then the recorded part, Doc Lily. Thank you. So at this part, so we will have the photo opportunity. So Sir Russell, can you do the photo opportunity?
Well, I have, okay. Okay, Sir Kimon Skila, can you please turn on your camera, sir? Ay, wait, na ba si Sir Kimon Skila? Okay, you have, wait. Wala, see, okay, anyway. Sir, okay, everyone, please give us your best smile. 1, 2, 3, smile. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you, Sir Russell, and thank you everyone for joining the upskilling session for today. Thank you, everyone. Goodbye.